4,200 fans are here at the Jurong Stadium to watch the Warriors, who after losing 2 of their first 4 games, have won their last 4 games straight to put themselves second in the table. Today's visitors, Woodlands Wellington, are at the opposite end of the table, having only won once so far this season. But they'll be eager to stop the rot tonight. So for Armed Forces, well, we always make a lot of fuss about their Croatians, but 2 local players have really caught the eye this year. Number 11, Mohamed Hafizat, wide on the left, and for me, the star for them so far this season, number 14, Azar Saleh. Still no room on the starting lineup for Damir Matijasevic. For Woodlands, well, they've had to make changes. Nicholas Peveril, their new signing, the Englishman, makes his debut, the number 11. And in goal, the 37-year-old Ismail Maksuk comes in. And playing in their traditional pale blue strips, the Armed Forces, playing from left to right, kick the game off. Woodlands Wellington in their yellow shirts. And the pitch looks very nice, but is a little bit bumpy, which will put a bit of pressure on the midfield. And of course, it's in the midfield where the Armed Forces are so very, very strong. The 2 Croatians, supplemented by Nasri Nazir and the 2 young men that I just mentioned, look so good. Ivica Ragus got the corner, goes to Velimir Krajen, back to Ragus, who's got far too much space to cross. And Fandi's on the far post. Fandi is picked out. Fandi gets the header. Well, he gets the ball down, but unusually for him, he fails to hit the target. And the captain there, sporting a little goatee beard again, must feel he should have scored from that one. Papo with the long kick. Fandi gets ahead to it, challenged by Amin Nazir. Old adversaries, those 2. And that's our first look at Nick Peveril, who battles hard for the ball. Nick's got the ball again and slides it through to Mohamed Haslizan. Mohamed tries a shot, well, it's only really half hit, and no problem at all for Rizal Hassan in goal for the Warriors. The ball bowled out to Ivica Ragus, goes to Nasri, to Krajen. They're just so comfortable. They play 5 across the midfield. This will almost inevitably be Azar Saleh. And they're all such good footballers. Ragus gets a little nutmeg, goes inside. That's a nasty challenge, actually, on Ivica Ragus. Ishak Saad, the offender, does the sensible thing and apologises to all concerned. Wenger, one of the most colourful characters in local soccer. Not too animated just yet. Dean Wheatley in front of him. Ball slid through to Fandi. Who's he got ahead of him? Well, Selvaraj made a good run into the box. Selvaraj is in a shooting position, and it just thumps against the far post, and Ismail Maksuk in goal. No chance with that one. V. Selvaraj opens the scoring, puts the Armed Forces 1-0 ahead in the 16th minute. Clever ball by Fandi, he looks up, plays a reverse ball. Selvaraj given far too much space, keeps the ball low, just slams against the far post, and that's 1-0. Don't these fans love it? That ball given away much too easily, and Ivica Ragus, who certainly looks fitter and fitter as the weeks pass, to Krajen, who's looked fit throughout. Krajen dummies the shot with the left shot. Is he going to shape with the right? Well, he does, and it thumps against the post, and Ismail Maksuk didn't even move. Extraordinary little sequence. Vincent Subramaniam lost for words. Ismail Maksuk, the 37-year-old goalkeeper, getting his chance because that's an area where they've struggled. And this is Nick Peveril, and he's shown a nice turn of pace, reverses the ball. Good ball from Nick Peveril. Haslizan Hassan, and that's the equaliser. Haslizan Hassan chasing the ball in, he just slides it past Rizal Hassan. Nick Peveril does well on the outside of Papo, and a good reverse ball as it comes in. Rizal Hassan stands up as he should do, but Haslizan Hassan slides in, and that's brought a smile to Wenger's face. The ball goes back to Papo, and that slightly bumpy pitch puts him under pressure. He goes all the way back to Rizal Hassan. Well, Vincent's got plenty to think about for half-time. Only 1-1, and it's a home game. He'll be expected to win this one. There's Ragus on the ball to Krajen, his countryman. Krajen, such a beautiful runner. Dummies, takes the shot, but this time quite comfortably saved by the goalkeeper Ismail Maksuk. Shows that he's firmly in command of that situation. So the crowd enjoying an entertaining game as we move into the second half. with the score standing at 1-1. And this is Ragus on the ball once again. Fandi, only a bit of a half challenge there. Notification at the bottom of a substitution. Woodlands Wellington come forward. Irving Boban on the ball, and he spreads it wide to Haslizan Hassan, the goal scorer. Haslizan looking for a cross. Mohamed Hafiz tries to get on the end of it, but couldn't quite get ahead on it. And the ball breaks almost inevitably to Cryan. Dean Wheatley trying to hear what's going on the pitch. And finally, Damir Matijasevic does get a run out. V. Selvaraj, having scored in the first half, he's had a good night out. Matijasevic yet to prove his worth, really. Azar Saleh linking with Cryan, as they have done so very effectively this year. Azar Saleh, beautiful ball played forward from Matijasevic. Dummies inside, shooting opportunity. Keeper's done well. Still it hasn't gone. Azar Saleh takes the second strike, but I think that was Amin Nazir charged it down. And the ball comes away, and Vincent far more animated now, as his charges go looking for the second goal, which will put them back in the lead. Here's Azar Saleh again, into Velimir Cryan, strong on the ball, shrugging off Irving Boban. Ivica Ragus, Nasri Nazir, all of the midfield involved. They look so comfortable. Matijasevic on the ball. They're just playing keep ball at the moment, just prying, waiting for the opening. Nasri, Ragus, and now Cryan does have the space. He must favour the left foot. Is he going to float the ball in? Well, he does float the ball in. Mohamed Mardani, but oh, it's a terrible mistake from Mohamed Mardani, and Fandi Ahmad on hand just to thump the ball into the empty net. Well, a disastrous mistake from the youngster Mohamed Mardani. As Cryan floats this ball in, Mardani, always favourite for it, needed to knock it behind for a corner kick, and all he does is just set it up for Fandi Ahmad, who gratefully smashes it into the goal. So 2-1 it is to the armed forces. Well, now here's a rarity. Damir Matijasevic has only been on the pitch 26 minutes. He doesn't look injured, but a rather crestfallen Matijasevic is in fact substituted. Malek Awad with a free kick, but a good clearing header. And the ball's still not clear. Mohamed Nourzadi on the end, tries a cross shot. Nick Peverell tries to get on the end of it, but only manages to deflect the ball for a goal kick. Nick Peverell certainly worked hard and looked a useful acquisition for Woodlands tonight, I must say. Dean Wheatley still exhorting his team to up the tempo down the line. The usual characters on the ball. Oh, lovely turn from Azar Saleh. And another turn from Velimir Cryan. Back to Azar, and exactly the same ball thrown through Mohamed Hafizat, and he shoots a cross goal, and Mohamed Hafizat puts his team 3-1 ahead. And although it was a lovely ball through from Azar Saleh and a nice strike from Mohamed Hafizat, you've got to say that Ismail Matsuk doesn't do terribly well here. The ball was quite close to his body, and really he should have done rather better with that. And surely in the 82nd minute, there's no way back for Woodlands Wellington. 3-1 down. The home supporters ecstatic. Velimir Cryan playing quite superbly. Links with Ragus, and Cryan heading for goal. Malek Awad comes across, and it's a nasty challenge from Malek Awad, and the referee straight away picks out the yellow card. And Malek can have no complaints about that one. The raised digit indicating that Malek's saying it's the first offence he's committed tonight. I might be a little bit sceptical about that, but let's go along with what Malek says. And surely this is a chance for Papo, yes, for one of his booming free kicks. The ball doesn't seem to be an awful long way back, I must say. And the danger's still not cleared. Ragus knocks it wide to Fandi. Fandi heads across, half cleared. But eventually the danger, well, fairly cleared by Mohamed Mardani. Once again, the youngster Mohamed Mardani makes a slightly better fist of clearing it, this time to Irving Boban. Boban playing much deeper now, plays in midfield rather than up front, but showing he's lost none of his skill. Plays it up to Nick Peverell, and it goes to the substitute Razali Ahmad, and, well, difficult to see exactly who Razali had in mind there. Rizal Hassan just bowls the ball out casually as the referee, Mr. Santon, calls a halt to proceedings. So 4,200 fans got their full entertainment value. as they see after a 1-1 draw at half-time, their favourites, the Armed Forces, scoring twice in the second half for a final score, Armed Forces 3, Woodlands Wellington 1.